What is going on, everybody, and Happy New Year. And you know what that means, CES. Yes, it's time for CES again. And in this video, I'm going to give a preview of things that I expect to see and maybe some things that may not appear at CES this year. All right, without further ado, I'm going to kick things off. I'm going to talk about the big boys, LG, Samsung, Sony. Then I'm going to get into some other general tech, TV tech, and also some other things as well. So stay with me, get right into it. All right, moving on to Samsung. Now, Samsung is expected to show off the Galaxy A8 and the A8 Plus. Now, this is their mid-market phone. The phone should feature, the A8 Plus, should feature a 6-inch AMOLED screen, which will run at 1080p. And it will be powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 620 processor, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and possibly have 32 gigabytes of internal storage. The camera will also have a 16 megapixel sensor on the rear. Here are some few specs that I'm not so sure of. Fingerprint scanner is something I'm hearing about, and also it may include a 4,000 milliamp battery. Now that'd be a huge battery to put into one of their mid-market phones, so that'll be pretty cool. Also from Samsung, moving over to the monitor space, they're expected to show off a 49-inch gaming monitor, the CHG90. This will support AMD's Radeon FreeSync 2 technology. This will be the 32:9 aspect ratio. It is an HDR monitor, so again, another HDR monitor, which is great. And this will also feature their QLED quantum dot technology. They released QLED TVs last year, so again, they're bringing that technology to their monitor. So that's great to see from them. Now, moving on to Sony, there's not a lot of information from Sony, but things that we do know. They're expected to show off their smartphone, the Sony Xperia, and it should feature a 5.5-inch FHD screen. Should be a bezel-less display as well. It's rumored to have 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage. Also, moving to the TV space, I do expect them to follow up to the Bravia A1. They showed this at CES last year. A great TV, great picture quality. It had great ratings as well. So I'm expecting them to show that, as well as probably some more OLED TVs as well. And also, we probably may see a new 4K Blu-ray player from them. They did show off their first consumer model last year, their 4K Blu-ray player last year at CES. So I expect them to show off probably another 1 or 2 models this year at CES as well. Again, that's all I have from Sony. Don't know much more information from Sony at this point. All right, moving on to some general tech, smart speakers. I expect a plethora of smart speakers at the show. Last year, the smart speaker market blew up exponentially last year, so I'm expecting a lot more manufacturers to jump on board. Obviously, you're going to see things like Google Assistant, Siri, Amazon's Alexa. I doubt if you will see Samsung's Bixby in anything. I don't think she's mature or ready for the smart speakers yet, but we shall see. Another thing, talking about TV technology, OLED TVs. So I talked about LG and Sony being the only 2 manufacturers to market OLED in the US. Panasonic and Philips both market OLED TVs, but they only do that in Europe. So I would not be surprised if one or both of those actually bring something to the US market. So I would expect to see something at CES from one or both of those manufacturers. Moving on to the new TV tech, Samsung may show off micro LED. Now this is supposed to compete with the OLED TVs in terms of giving it brightness. It's also supposed to be more efficient. That is something I expect from Samsung. Again, it won't be in any consumer products probably. They'll probably show it off in a prototype, but I don't expect it to be for mass market this year. It may be another year or 2 away. But again, this is supposed to compete with OLED TV, giving you that infinite contrast, that absolute black as well. So, and that is what I'm expecting to see at CES this year. I want to thank you guys for taking the time out to check out this video. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the little bell so you can get notified every time we post new content to our channel. And if you also want to join in on the conversation, leave a comment down here. Also, join us on Twitter or follow us on Twitter. We have a lot of conversations on Twitter that do not make it to the videos. So if you want to be a part of that and join in on the conversations, make sure you follow us on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at SNJamocha. And make sure you follow Sounds Nerdy on Twitter at Sounds Nerdy. And until our next video, guys, stay nerdy.